Neymar is one of the greatest players to never win a Ballon d'Or. He had so many injuries and never got the career that he deserved. So today I'm replaying his entire career on Football Manager, starting from age 16 at Santos. Can Neymar Jr. finally win the Ballon d'Or and get the career that he deserves? And here is 16-year-old Neymar in Football Manager, and he has some great attributes like 19 dribbling, 19 first touch, 19 flair. This guy is already insane. But to give Neymar the career that he deserves, we need to complete these challenges. Neymar Jr. has to win a Ballon d'Or. That is the one award that he never won. And honestly, that was impossible because he was playing in the Ronaldo and Messi era. Secondly, Neymar Jr. has to win something with his country. One thing he hasn't won is the World Cup. And finally, we have to fill up the trophy cabinet. So the goal for Neymar will be to win 25 trophies in his career, and also he has to get over 700 goal contributions. And if Neymar completes every single challenge, he has become one of the most decorated players in football history. And we're at the end of season 1 with Neymar Jr. and let's take a look at his stats. He played 48 games for the main team. He had 10 goals and he had 9 assists. That's very impressive. But unfortunately, in the Brazilian Serie A, Santos only managed to finish 3rd place on 65 points, and they finished 11 points behind Vasco da Gama. But there are some good news. Santos actually ended up winning the Copa de Brazil against Corinthians. So Neymar already has 1 trophy in his collection, and overall that's a solid first season for Neymar Jr. at the age of 17. And if you take a look at Neymar's current ability, he's currently at 150, and the potential ability is 195, which is almost prime Ronaldo, prime Messi numbers. But let's see him to season 2 and let's see how he develops. And we're now at the end of season 2 of Neymar's career. This time he had over double digits in goals. He had 15 goals and he has 7 assists with 7 man of the matches. And for the first time, Neymar wins the Brazilian First Division Young Player of the Year, baby. That's what we like to see. And for the first time since 2020, Santos qualified for the Copa Libertadores. But unfortunately, they lost in the quarterfinals to Flamengo, which means that Neymar Jr. goes trophyless this season. And obviously, as his agent, I want the best for Neymar. We're gonna move him to a club that is the home of Brazilian football, and I feel like Neymar will fit in perfectly. And for a fee of 60 million, Neymar Jr. has been bought by Chelsea, baby, a place where many Brazilians have played. And another reason why this Chelsea move is great is because in real life, Chelsea buys a lot of youngsters. They are known for buying youngsters. So if we look at Chelsea's team, they have the Lapa as a striker, Joe Pedro on the right, Quenda on the left, Cole Palmer in the middle. And right now we're all in December 2026, which was the end of the Brazilian league, but obviously it's mid-season for the Premier League. So we're gonna see him to June and let's see how he does in his first 6 months at Chelsea. And Neymar's first season at Chelsea is done, baby. How will his first season go? A new kid from Brazil, new culture, new life, new country. So I'm not expecting that much. And thank goodness I did not expect that much. He only made 2 starts for Chelsea this year and he has 14 games off the bench. He scored 1 goal for Chelsea, which was a cup game, and he scored 1 goal for Brazil. But if we have a look at what Chelsea did, Chelsea actually made it to the final of the Europa League, but they lost in the final to Bayer Leverkusen. And in the Premier League, Chelsea didn't even finish top 4. They finished in 6th place. So let's go on to season 3 and let's see how he does. This is season 3 and Neymar Jr. is now 20 years old, baby. His current ability is now 164. But unfortunately, he did not start a single game for Chelsea this year. He made 17 appearances off the bench and scored 4 goals, which is kind of impressive to be fair, and had an average match rating of 6.86. He went from playing 40 plus games with Santos, now only playing like 14. That was not what I was expecting. And even the media now thinks that he needs to play more regular football in order to get called up for the national team. This is not good. And Chelsea themselves weren't even that great. They went trophyless yet again this season. And it's fair to say that these first 2 seasons at Chelsea for Neymar has not gone to plan. This is terrible. I'm not even thinking about the challenges for now. Right now, the main objective for Neymar is to get game time at Chelsea, or else I might have to make some drastic movements. And in season 4, Neymar Jr. is now 21 years old and is actually wanted by Real Madrid, baby. He should have joined us in 2012, but instead he chose to go to Barcelona. But before we look at that, let's see how well he performed. This season is kind of similar to last year, but this year he started 4 games, came off the bench 14 times. He scored 4 goals and had 3 assists, which is okay. But there was some good news. Neymar won the Olympic Games with Brazil, baby. That's what we like to see. So he now has 2 trophies. And Chelsea won the FA Cup against Liverpool, so that's 3 trophies for my boy Neymar Jr., baby. But unfortunately, in the UCL, they lost in the quarterfinals to Arsenal. But they finished 3rd place again in the Premier League, baby. So you know what? We take that. So I feel like the best move is to let Neymar stay at Chelsea. And next year is actually a World Cup year. The year 2030 is a World Cup year. Could Neymar potentially get into the World Cup team? So ladies and gentlemen, we're in the 5th season and I have some bad news. Chelsea have for some reason signed Vinicius Jr. now. Why have you signed Vinicius Jr. when you have Neymar? Which now means that for a 2nd season in a row, Neymar's been a bench player for 14 games and he has started 4 games. Which means that in the entire season he had 1 goal and 2 assists. This is going so horribly wrong. Neymar is actually gonna have to leave Chelsea. Chelsea are wasting him. But there was some good news. At least Chelsea won the FA Cup yet again, which means that Neymar now has 4 trophies in his catalogue. And most importantly, Neymar has been selected to go to the World Cup, baby. At the age of 22, he's on international duty with Brazil, so he could win something that he never won in his career. And after that World Cup win, I do feel like we're gonna move to a different club. So the World Cup has happened and let's see how Brazil did. In the 2nd round, they beat USA 5-0. In the round of 16, they beat Northern Ireland 3-2. But unfortunately, their journey ended in the quarterfinals as they lost to England 2-1. So no World Cup for Neymar in the 2030 year. We have to wait 4 more years. The deal has happened. Neymar Jr. has done what he day in real life and he has joined Barcelona now. And let's see how he does. I hope Neymar gets the game time that he needs. And season 6 is done, baby. Neymar's now 23 years old. His first season as a Barca player is done. And we got some good news, baby. Neymar made 35 appearances for Barcelona and he scored 11 goals and had 5 assists with 2 player of the matches. And he had an average match rating of 7.2, which is his best so far. And Barcelona win the Intercontinental Cup, 5th trophy for Neymar Jr. And Barcelona managed to win La Liga, baby. They won with 96 points, so that is Neymar Jr.'s first league title in his career. He was getting let down at Chelsea. Now he's playing for Barca and he's actually winning trophies and he's actually playing games. And this is Barcelona's team right now. This is an insane team. They have Redmond as a striker, who's a wonder kid, I believe. Then they have Neymar Jr. as a left winger. They have Javi Simons as a number 10 and they have Lamine on the right. So this is an incredible team. So right now Neymar has 6 trophies. He has 75 GA. He's yet to win a World Cup and he's yet to win a Ballon d'Or. Hopefully now we can start to pick up the pace. I've now seen 2 seasons, baby, and Neymar is 25 years old, man. And as you can see, here is Neymar's attributes. His attributes look insane. Look at his dribbling. His dribbling is now 20. He's hit his peak. Neymar's progress is amazing. Let's see how he has done in the last 2 years. If you look at the 2031 season, he played 50 games in total, 18 GA in total, which is decent. He also scored 7 goals internationally, which is okay as well. And last season in 2032, he upped his game like crazy. He played 41 games and he scored 17 goals and has 7 assists with 12 man of the matches. And that got him an average match rating of 7.55, which is his best so far. Barcelona won the Intercontinental Cup again and they beat Newcastle in the final to win the UEFA Super Cup, and that's 8 trophies in total. And they won the Copa del Rey against Villarreal. But most importantly, Neymar Jr. wins his first ever UCL, baby. So Neymar has 1 UCL in his bag and Barcelona managed to win La Liga with 102 points. What a title race. Barcelona finished on 102 points and Real Madrid finished on 99 points. But next year is the World Cup year, the 2034 World Cup. Brazil want another star on the badge. And can he win a Ballon d'Or? The season is done. Neymar is now the number 9 for Barcelona and now we're probably getting to see the real Neymar Jr. And Neymar in 52 club games scored 23 goals and had 10 assists with 9 man of the matches. His best so far internationally, he scored 4 goals and had 4 assists in 10 games, which is again incredible. And that now means that he has 169 goals and assists in his career. Barcelona ended up winning the Super Cup against Real Madrid and Barcelona won the FIFA Club World Cup. So that's another trophy added for Neymar. And also Neymar finished 2nd place in the Spanish League Player of the Year. But here's one interesting thing. Lamine Yamal is no longer with Barcelona. He got sold to Chelsea. So Barcelona is now entirely Neymar's team. So I believe that he can win the Ballon d'Or very soon. But before we start speaking about the Ballon d'Or, let's see how he did in the World Cup. So in the group stage, Brazil did well and finished top of the group. That's a W. In the second round, they beat Canada 2-1 in extra time. And in the round of 16, they beat England, baby. That's the top opposition. And in extra time in the quarterfinals, they beat Argentina 2-1. Is this Brazil's World Cup? Could Neymar lift the World Cup with Brazil at the age of 26? No, it's not, because France beats Brazil in the semi-finals in extra time. No. I should have been Brazil's World Cup. And Brazil lost in the 3rd place playoff to Netherlands. We go again in 4 years time and let's see him another season. Oh my days. We're in the 10th season of Neymar's career and Neymar, without my knowledge, has moved to Chelsea. Chelsea have bought Lamine Yamal and Neymar now. So let's have a look at his stats. So he moved to Chelsea in Jan for 291 million. So he broke his own world record. At Barca, he had a decent start. He played 19 games. He scored 5 goals. He had an average match rating of 7.49, which is solid. But he went back to Chelsea without my knowledge. He played 16 games, 2 off the bench. He scored 8 goals, had 2 assists. Very solid stuff. And honestly, I can't be mad at him going back to Chelsea, I guess. In the Premier League, Chelsea finished 2nd place by 1 point. They could have won the league, but Liverpool won it. In the FA Cup, Chelsea loses to Liverpool again in the final. But they beat Liverpool in the Community Shield. But Chelsea lost in the extra time of the UCL to Newcastle, bro. That could have been another trophy for Neymar. Let's see if his season was good enough to win a Ballon d'Or. So in season 11, Neymar Jr. is now 28 years old, obviously still at Chelsea. What did Chelsea do this year? Chelsea won the league, baby. Come on, baby. Chelsea won the league with 86 points and Liverpool was 2nd place with 83 points. Ooh, and Chelsea win the FA Cup, baby, against Arsenal. And they beat Liverpool in the Community Shield, baby. And also for the first time, he wins the UEFA Champions League Player of the Season, baby. And individually, it was one of his best seasons. He played 47 games and he scored 18 goals and had 10 assists with an average match rating of 7.46. Chelsea have cooked and individually he has cooked. Could win a Ballon d'Or at the age of 28 because last year Lamine Yamal won it yet again. Lamine Yamal has been carrying the Ballon d'Ors. So hopefully it's soon time for Neymar. I've now seen 2 seasons and I'm in the year 2038. He's now 30 years old, man. He's getting old, bro. His career is coming to an end soon. And for the first time in this video, Neymar actually got nominated for the Ballon d'Or. He finished 2nd place to Florian Wirtz. He was so close. But nevertheless, let's have a look at his stats for the last 2 years. So in the 2036-37 season, he played 46 games for the club. He scored 22 goals and had 10 assists, which is good numbers. And in this season that just passed, he played 39 games and he scored 17 goals and had 8 assists. And in total, Neymar now has 282 goals and assists. He now needs almost 400 more to get to the goal of 700 GA. And Newcastle won the league with 86 points. They didn't win the league in both seasons. They lost in the FA Cup and they lost in the EFL Cup. But they won the UCL, baby. They beat Juventus in the UCL. So Neymar has another UCL under his belt and he has now 17 trophies in total, baby. Come on, baby. Neymar's at the best club in the world. He's also in his prime. So I feel like the right thing to do is just to keep him at Chelsea. And hopefully one day after winning the Ballon d'Or, he can go back to Santos where it all began. But I also forgot to tell you, this is 2038. So it's a World Cup year. And let's see how Brazil do. Brazil tops the group and wins every single game, baby. In the second round, they beat Ecuador 3-0. Come on. And in the round of 16, they beat Ghana. Just maybe Brazil can win the World Cup. In the quarterfinals, they beat Scotland. So Brazil have made back-to-back semi-finals now. Can they win the World Cup though? Is the World Cup possible? They lose to England in the semi-finals. Bro, I don't know, man. I feel like Neymar is cursed, honestly. How Neymar hasn't won a World Cup yet is astonishing, honestly. After the unfortunate loss in the World Cup semi-final, we are now back. Neymar is still at Chelsea, and let's have a look at his performances. In 54 games, he scored 27 goals, his highest ever, and he had 9 assists. This is his best ever season, by far. The season was so good that he won the FIFA Best Men's Player, baby, and he won the FIFA Pro Player of the Year. But unfortunately, yet again, there's no Ballon d'Or yet. If I was the betting man, I feel like the Ballon d'Or is coming home soon. And Chelsea's performances again were insane. Chelsea won the UEFA Super Cup, which means that Neymar now has 18 trophies, and they won the Intercontinental Cup against Palmeiras. Chelsea also beat Manchester City in the EFL Cup final, which means that Neymar has 20 trophies in his career. Only 5 more now needed to complete the challenge. And Chelsea win the Premier League, baby, with 89 points. And Neymar wins his first ever Champions League as Chelsea beats Newcastle in the final of the UCL and win the UCL back-to-back, baby. Come on, baby. And Neymar also won English Footballer of the Year for the first time. He's dominating on an insane level, and I believe that the Ballon d'Or should be his next year. And we're now in season 15, baby, of Neymar's career. He's now 32 years old, and he's now starting to decline a little bit. His dribbling went down from 20 to 18 now. His technique is no longer 20 as well, but let's see how he did. And did he win the Ballon d'Or finally? So overall, it was a very good season from Neymar. He played 48 games, he scored 18 goals and had 4 assists. Internationally, he played 6 games and had 4 goal contributions, and that now means that he has over 350 goal contributions in his career. But let's see, did he win the Ballon d'Or this year? But before we look at the Ballon d'Or, Neymar won the FIFA Men's Best Player for the second time in a row, baby. And he won the FIFA Pro Player of the Year back-to-back as well. And most importantly, he won his first ever Ballon d'Or. Neymar now has a Ballon d'Or in his career at the age of 31. He deserved the Ballon d'Or, and that was the mission with the video, to win Neymar a Ballon d'Or. And we've just gone and done it, baby. That now means that he has completed the first challenge, which was to win a Ballon d'Or. But the fun doesn't stop there, because Chelsea won the FA Community Shield, they won the Intercontinental Cup, and they won the FA Cup, and they won the Premier League yet again, baby. And that now means that he has 26 trophies in the bag, which means that he completes yet another challenge, baby. What an insane year he had. So the plan now is to sim ahead 2 years to the World Cup of 2042, and we're gonna let Neymar play in his last ever World Cup at the age of 34. Hopefully that World Cup comes home for Neymar, man. I'm now sim to 2042. This is the World Cup year. We need Neymar to win his World Cup at the age of 34. But let's take a look at the stats for the last 2 years. In the 2041 season, he played 33 games and scored 8 goals and had 6 assists. And in the 2040 season, he played 45 games and he scored 14 goals and had 10 assists, baby. And internationally, he played 5 games and had 5 goals and 3 assists, which now means that Neymar has 396 goals and assists in his career. I don't know if he can get 700, but he is well prepared for his last ever World Cup. So the World Cup has happened. Let's see how Brazil did. Firstly, in the group, they topped the group yet again. They won 2 games out of 3 and drew 1 game. So unbeaten, good start. But unfortunately, I have terrible news. In the second round, they lose to Netherlands. How is that even possible? In Neymar's last ever World Cup, he gets sent out in the round of 32. That is so disappointing for Neymar. He had the Ballon d'Or, he has the multiple UCLs, but he has no World Cup. So that challenge just failed, unfortunately. As I said I would do before, I'll move Neymar back to Santos at the age of 34. This is where he's gonna wind down his career, and let's see how well he does. And I'm now seeing to 2046, and Neymar is finally gonna be retiring at Santos after spending 4 years here. He had a very solid 4 years, and he got over 484 goals and assists. Not quite the 700, but on the bright side, he won his last ever trophy in the Copa Libertadores. So I feel like I gave him the career he deserved. And if you've enjoyed this video, watch this video right here where I play Lamine Yamal's career.